Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Marshall, and welcome to another side quest about video games, where we chat about video games.
We do indeed.
Yeah, we do indeed. A little bit of news, not too much, all in all. I think
it's been a slow week.
It's been a slow week, unless you're in the English, unless you live in Britain, in which case...
Unless you live in Europe, and all of a sudden,
yesterday, sports become the big...
football became the biggest and only news on the planet.
Yeah.
Considering the fact that, you know, certain six clubs who aren't as big as they claim to be.
Well, they're not as...
successful
as they claim to be.
Yeah,
but
the vast majority of those clubs are wanting this new Super League when they're doing shit at the top of the sports.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough
about that.
We all wanted video games. We will give you video games.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about video games. We also have because Resident Evil did their showcase.
Yes, they did.
Talk about, but we'll talk about that at the end because there really wasn't a lot, to be fair. No. So we'll talk about that at the end. But first, let us go on and talk about PlayStation or Sony are planning to bring the, games like Uncharted and God of War to mobile. Isn't that lovely?
I mean,
I generally want to know how that's going to work. But
not well. Let's all be honest, not well. I mean, yes, there are some phones that can. There are some phones that could probably run some of them if you downgrade them graphically. But the mobile market deserves good games, and these are good games.
Yeah, but I would argue like you cannot play God of War on a phone.
Not well, no.
Like God of War needs that sort of look.
Yeah, I don't
really
understand.
I suppose like if it was like I don't know the PS3 version of Uncharted.
Yeah,
then all right then. But like the God of
I look at it and
the
go.
last God of War
I look
game,
at it and go. We are at the beginning of a new console generation, and you want to put effort into this?
Yeah, I'm a little like I said last week.
Precisely foretelling one's written destiny.
Okay.
Over-embellishing that fate only leads to misconception.
But it's not been affecting them with their lungs, it's just affecting their brains. Because some of these decisions are the most stupid decisions in the world. Like Sony, we just want blockbusters.
So, yeah.
How do you make a...
They just want to focus on blockbusters.
Honest to God, can someone... Please, can someone give me Bruce Wayne money? I want to be able to walk into these companies and just buy them like that and fucking... Because I guarantee you, I may not make them better, but I guarantee you I couldn't run them any fucking worse.
Very true.
I couldn't run Activision Blizzard worse than Bobby Kotick. Yes, it was.
I suppose you could argue he actually runs it very well. You could argue
Scry
that
the sky.
Money that he makes.
Yeah, but he does it by firing people, not by actually doing what the company's supposed to do, which is make fucking computer games.
I didn't say he ran it morally well. I just said he runs it well due to the fact that he makes money.
Yes.
So anyway, basically Sony have put out it's basically like a job application so by the way, this is in Los Angeles.
You're in for a little shock. You've been a naughty boy.
Mobile product roadmap for a 3 to 5 years. So the job listing goes, as head of mobile, you will own and develop the mobile game strategy for PlayStation Studios and help build the foundation for future growth. You will lead all aspects of the expansion of our game development from console and PC to mobile and web services. The focus on successfully adapting PlayStation's most popular franchise.
So they're not actually putting those games as they are onto mobile.
No.
Oh my God!
No.
So in other words, we are getting
cash grabs.
We are probably getting Dungeon Keeper potential here.
It's possible, yeah.
So anyone who knows about Dungeon Keeper, you know exactly what I mean.
This does feel very weird considering the next-gen consoles have just come out.
Yeah, it's like you should be focusing on getting new stuff out for...
The PlayStation 5 is not even 6 months old.
Your library is not great. Neither of them are great at the moment. Make games for them. Jesus fucking Christ, it's... You know the thing that makes me want to throw up the most right now? It's all the corporate speak coming out of these companies. All the corporate, like, look, I know you guys look at like Cyberpunk and those sort of games where like corporations rule everything. And like, yes, we want that. That sounds great. Yeah, no, they're called dystopias for a reason. Yeah. Because they're shit to live in. Yes, Cyberpunk is a cool aesthetic and it's a cool. But if you actually lived in that world, my God, it would suck so badly.
Yeah. Unless you're a high up corporate, and in which case, you know, you've got to be careful every corner that you
walk down, because there may be a stealthed assassin with a knife ready to shove in your back.
Yeah, you know, it's not great.
You know,
not bad, but not great either.
You substitute being stabbed in the street of anything to paranoia that you're going to get stabbed in the corridor.
Yeah.
By one of your corporate rivals, or in someone in the corporation who wants to take your job.
Yeah.
Yeah. By all means, you can have that. I don't. You can want that. Whatever. I don't care. I don't want that. That sounds shit.
Yeah, like the last.
And this is coming from a person that wants us to get colonies in space so that we can make mobile suits.
Yeah.
Anyone who knows Gundam knows that's not a good place to live in either.
Exactly. Horrible. Yeah, like we've got, so for the PS5 we've got Kenna coming out and we've got Returnal. I think they're the only two that I know that are definitely coming out at least this year.
Yeah.
We've got no release date for Forbidden West Horizon.
Yeah.
But what we do know is apparently it's going to be late 2021. But that could always get delayed.
Yes.
Right?
And if it has to be delayed, it has to be delayed.
Ragnarok doesn't even have a window at all. We just have the name.
Yeah, all we have is the
name. And the new Gran Turismo has been delayed till 2022.
Which is fine.
There's not much going on here. Why are you focusing on mobiles when you've just released a console?
Look, the mobile market deserves great games, but the way that's worded, I don't even think they're going to get like Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 on mobile. They're going to get some shitty...
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot again. We're getting Ratchet and Clank as well.
Yes, we're getting Ratchet and Clank.
This is PS5. I don't even remember any Xbox games exclusives.
Halo.
Apart from Halo, but I can't really remember any other ones. I can't remember if any of the other ones actually gave us a date. I'll have to have a look.
Yeah, I think there's a few, but like both consoles are looking kind of
right now kind of bare.
Yeah, kind of bare. Like, you know,
considering this time last generation.
Yeah, and even then the PS4 and Xbox One again wasn't that.
It wasn't great, but by about this time there was games coming out.
Come a little closer. You've been a naughty boy.
I'm pretty sure Bloodborne. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like either just coming out or there was a release date.
I love Bloodborne so much. Remake Bloodborne if you want to.
My point regarding this is like,
let's spark things up a little.
Look, from the sound of it, it's not even going to be like Windblade. So it's like yeah. Don't know. It's going to be a Drake match.
Yeah. They're all going to be gotchas.
Come a little closer.
Well done. You've opened this chest and you got Sully. Yeah.
Uncharted 1. So.
Yeah.
You'll have Uncharted 1, Uncharted 3, also young
You're in for a little shock. Blitz.
There's Chloe. There's all the villains. Different clothes that he has.
Surrender and be gentle.
are these games going to do?
I mean, look, like I've always said, the mobile gamers deserve to have good games. They do.
Yeah.
They deserve to have good games. This is the problem that the mobile market is shit. It is full of shit.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I've seen... Like, there was that much terrible slime in that. It makes the sewer system from Ghostbusters 2 look empty. There was a lot of sludge in that thing. It's
retribution!
the one with, like, Egon.
Basically,
Yeah. It looks okay. I'm gonna use it just...
You're in for a little shock. You've been a...
That's not because it was full of...
no, it's an awful movie.
It's an awful movie.
It was just call a spade a spade. It's an awful movie.
It's an awful movie. Like,
Sony,
you could have had...
Sony did that one well. Sony tried to cash in on something and they failed. It's just they did. Let's call it.
There's a patent
There's a
development.
patent on it.
I have a feeling that this is also going to go.
Yeah, this might go tits.
Look, I don't... In a sense, I don't mind them making games from this. I don't mind them expanding to make it. My concern is that the reputation the mobile market has is like, if you're not a if you're not a match free or a cheap rip-off of what's the
Wind blade!
You know the one that it's like the little barbarian.
Right, I'm sorry.
You know the mobile game, which is a little barbarian like attacking a fortress sort of thing.
Oh, Clash of Clans.
Clash of Clans. Yeah, unless you're like a cheap rip-off of Clash of Clans or. It's because I'm trying to get, because I know you're setting up for the next. That's what I'm trying to get.
Yeah. It's fine.
That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
No worries.
Like unless you're a shitty little match free, or you're a hidden object game, you don't get put forward unless you're like unless you know. It's basically you're either a gacha, a match free, hidden object, or Clash of Clans clone. One of those four. That's it. And most of them are really, really, really badly monetized.
Yeah.
Like, in the sense that it's really, really like, yeah, oh yeah, you got this game for free, but if you want to actually enjoy it, give me all your money.
Yeah. Fake granddaughter. Although I'm not gonna lie, fake granddaughter came.
If fake granddaughter did come out,
I would fall.
I would probably download that game. However, I've got my one gacha which I spend money on, and that's Genshin. I would not spend even.
Yeah, I got terrible.
Yes, I know there's a lot of savers. That's the thing that would be stopping me. Like Genshin, I've already got my characters who I want.
Yeah.
I've already got what's in. I know, because you want Gene.
Surrender and be gentle.
Here's the thing, the game knows all.
Yeah,
Jesus. I got a 5-star the other day. I managed to get a to do it. I got a 5-star. With the banner that you can get Gene on, 5-star came out.
Wind blade!
No, it was Mona.
Oh!
Yes, you got this.
It was Mona again.
That
It's like the 4th time we've got Mona.
On the bright side, you're getting it.
Retribution!
Yes, that's very true. Yep, she does like normal attachment to charge attack. So it's not too bad. She's okay. I like Mona anyway. And Mona's part of my main team.
But anyway, on to...
But yeah, it sucks. It generally absolutely massively sucks.
Going from one bit of Sony, like, what the fuck news,
to more. Right, so there's a couple of things I actually want to talk about this, because I'm going to put it all together into one.
Yeah, because it's all revolving
Because it's all revolving around Days Gone 2.
Yes.
So obviously last week we talked about Days Gone 2 being cancelled and Studio Ben possibly be moved on to doing a remake of the original Last of Us, which for fuck's sake, Sony, please do not do this. It's not even 7 years old. Don't do a remake of The Last of Us. It doesn't need one.
Yeah, basically, like, you really, personally, I think, for a proper remaster, you either do, like Demon Souls, which was the very beginning of the PS3 era, and at a push, the very beginning of the last generation, and put it over to the current generation, or it has to be older. So, you know, like Final Fantasy X got a PS4 release.
Yeah.
It was on PS2, so we got Final Fantasy 12. You know, Crash and Spyro got their PS1 to PS4 remakes, which were freaking fantastic. And also, probably gave a lot of other companies like, oh, people actually like this game. Yes, nostalgia is good. Too much of it is bad. Nostalgia is good to a certain point. In regards to, like, we remember Crash Bandicoot. We remember playing Crash Bandicoot 2
Retribution!
Warped and having a whale at a time. And Spyro. Spyro 1, 2, and 3 are some of the best 3D platformers ever.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's like, yeah, give them a fresh coat of paint, take out the stuff that the technology at the time made more clunky than it was, should have been, and bring it, give us again, and we will love it. And I think some companies are looking at, like, the fact that Capcom has had rival schools is it's not just the fact that they've got a rival schools character coming.
Yeah.
It's the character. It's Akira. The fact that they've got Akira coming, not the protagonist, not the main protagonist of rival schools, not like anyone of like the main cast. No, someone who's only got a side story in rival schools, but was the most popular character.
Yeah.
And it's like, this does really well. Would we get them rival schools?
Well, there is people they're calling for rivals.
Yes.
Like now that the Akira's been.
Yes, as a person that missed out on
haven't actually shared
as a person that missed out on rival schools,
Yes.
please.
I remember playing rival schools. I remember looking at rival schools.
Where did
It was one of those games that you could never find. Like I found it in the arcade.
Yeah,
That's
because
it.
they were talking about a time where if the store you went to did not stock it, you weren't getting it.
You didn't get it. Anyway,
Before the days of Amazon. But anyway, back
we are
to
digressing. So, with the whole thing with Days Gone going through, first off, we'll talk about.
with the wind?
do we want to go with the reason why, or this a reaction to people being disappointed?
First off, well, actually, there hasn't been a complete confirmation of a rejection of Days Gone 2. Again, like I said, this is a lot of rumours, but the thing is, there's a lot of information in the rumour that makes it sound like it is a real thing.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. It's not just like where if somebody, there's always the rumour of like, oh, there could be a Bloodborne 2
Yes.
announcement. So like, there's no information about it, but there's always that rumour going around. Anyway,
Like when the teaser for Sekiro came, the picture, and everyone's like, "Is that Bloodborne 2?
Yep.
Bloodborne 2?"
Yeah, and it wasn't in my heart. So.
Like,
Especially when they gave us Sekiro, and I was just kind of like, I don't like this. It's not. By the way, I don't like Sekiro because it's hard. It is a very hard game, and it's just like, but it's just not my.
yeah, it's like it's the because it's focused so much on precision.
Yeah, it's just not my cup of tea.
Combat, like,
And I was just sort of like,
really,
nah, I'm alright,
yeah,
mate.
it's just the way that it's its own take on the Souls type genre
Yeah.
in its combat.
Yeah.
It's just not the way you enjoy it. Like
Yeah.
you really.
It's a very good game.
Yeah,
watch your
you
back.
enjoy Bloodborne because of it is so fast and
Ready
so
when you are.
viscerally aggressive. It like
We can
rewards
do
aggression.
this.
Yeah,
Like
I like
Dark
it.
Souls. Dark Souls is usually, you know,
Yeah, let's go on a
read,
big
react, monitor patterns, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And it's basically like, it rewards patience and not being over committal.
Yeah.
While Bloodborne is like, oh, you got hit, yeah, just go in and then you get your
health back. It's fine.
It rewards a much more aggressive play.
So anyway, back to this
But anyway,
again.
back to the thing.
Because we keep digressing. So first off, the director of Days Gone, he basically came out and he did confirm that Days Gone 2 was pitched, but he hasn't like verified whether Sony rejected it or not.
Yeah.
But what he did come out and say was that Sony really do care about the Metacritic score. So if your game got like an average or below average, the high chance of getting a sequel is very low.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Which explains why Last of Us 1 remasters coming, because everyone kisses the ass of Naughty Dog right now. And let's all be honest, people. That is literally what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, Naughty Dog are the you know wrong. Breakdown. You know, oh, but the games are great and they're so advanced and so progressive.
Which is really weird because like Last of Us is literally the only game from Naughty Dog that I like. I don't like the character. I think they're terrible.
Yeah.
I straight up think they're awful.
I know, but like, let's be all honest. It's not. The Last of Us is not perfect. Neither 1 nor 2. They're not perfect. The best thing about The Last of Us is the fact that the gameplay actually fits in with the story.
Yeah.
Which they then decide to take up and throw the fuck away for The Last of Us Part 2. Because, you know, they have to get their revenge plot.
Yeah. Anywho.
Anyway, back to Days Gone 2.
So, he did come out and he basically, he just gives, let's see if I can find the quote. So, I've lost my bloody place. Where is it? Here we go. So, right. Speaking during a lengthy live stream with God of War creator David Jones, former Sony Bend game director Jeff Ross confirmed that he was at one point working on a Days Gone 2 pitch, but due to an NDA with his former employer, couldn't confirm if it had been cancelled. However, he did reveal some details on his sequel pitch, including points with significant online news and heavily suggesting that sales of the first game might not have been strong enough to persuade Sony to write it. Ross announced his departure from them in December, along with Days Gone creative director John Garvin. They both actually, Ross is one of the ones that have gone over to work on Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Whether that's a movie or... Oh no, he's not going to work on Mortal Kombat, he's going to work for Network. So,
It could be another Justice.
ooh, please, for the love of God, give me... Like, you know what? Just put it on the store. Let me download Shaolin Monks.
Oh, the PS2.
Oh my God, I love that.
It's not the greatest game in the world, but it's fun. And I think that like that's what's missing from current
games. I think there's too many games that are trying to be the next big game. There's
too many trying to be the next Last of Us or the next Fortnite or the next.
There's no game that's like middle of the ground.
Yeah, there's not a game that's solely out there. At least there's not as many, especially from the big game, the AAA. When we go on about this, it's usually the AAA games.
Yeah, the indie scene.
The indie scene. The vast majority of the indie scene is literally like, yeah, we just do it so people can have fun. You know. Like Loop Hero. Loop Hero is so weird. I find it relaxing to play.
So,
but anyway,
they in the report, Ross was asked what Sony's reasoning could be for reportedly rejecting the game, Days Gone 2, and I don't think it's publicly confirmed what Days Gone 2 is. I don't want to be the guy who's the official source or whatever that is. To answer your question in the context, I will say that the calculus for Sony is that at this point, when a game like Days Gone started, we were 45 people. We were walking around asking how we could build an open world game with 45 people, and the answer was one crew. We changed our number from 45 to something like 120. He added, there was a starting budget for Days Gone, which was big, but it was not where we ended. We ended at a much higher number, and I think that number is probably the starting point for the next one. Sony with these big AAA games, they're not cheap games to make. The first Siphon Filter, I think, cost $1 million or $2 million. The second one was definitely $2 million because we did it in a year. So it's the return of investment
I'll protect us.
on those is great, but for games where you have to sell 4 or 5 million copies just to break even, there's got to be confidence in return because Sony don't have the cash that Microsoft does. They've got to use it intelligently, and they've got to stay focused on their phone. So basically what he's saying there is, unfortunately, Days Gone did not make enough money.
Didn't make enough money for them to justify spending the money again on the sequel.
Yeah, which most likely would cost even more money.
Yeah.
To which then goes into our next thing about Days Gone. The lead writer of Days Gone came out and said, if you didn't buy Days Gone at full price, you shouldn't complain about Days Gone.
Which is the most elitist piece of
Which
bullshit.
is, I do disagree with him.
Yeah,
quite a lot on anything he says.
It basically something goes. It comes from such a high arse, arrogant sort of thing. Well, if you wanted a sequel, you should have bought the first game. Fuck off, mate.
The thing that's the problem here is that the people who want a sequel are the people that bought the game.
Yeah. Yeah,
because if nobody bought, if the people who didn't buy the game are shouting up about Days Gone 2, like, you didn't even play the first one. What the hell are you shouting for?
I mean, I'm not sure. I didn't buy it. I'm not shouting for.
I
Days
bought
Gone.
it. I played it. I loved it.
I'm disappointed for fans of the game. Like they cleared because like people who played it clearly enjoyed it and was like hoping for a new one, and it's like I'm kind of gutted for that.
It leaves on a cliffhanger. It leaves on a cliffhanger, man.
I know, but the thing is like I've not played it. It doesn't affect me because it was an open world game and like it takes a like I'm not one. I've realised I'm not one that really gives a shit about open world games that much. Yeah. It has to be something that draws me really.
Open world games are more my.
Yeah.
My
like for like I think the last open world game that I completed was Spider-Man.
Yes.
And that's because the traversing was so fun with just swinging around.
To be fair, with Days Gone, the way they've done like how you're going from point A to point B with the bike and you build it up, and then you've got the hordes in between and dealing.
I
with
think
them.
the thing is that the games like I used to play, your Grand Theft Autos and I'm like, I don't want to drive. I don't care.
Yeah, I understand.
It's like no, I'm done. It's one of the other things with like Watch Dogs Legion.
Yeah.
I'm just literally like I don't enjoy this. Your driving is shit. Your driving mechanics are crap, Ubisoft. Like in Watch Dogs, they're the worst I've ever experienced. It's really, really bad. Like they're so sensitive. It's just like, God damn it! I wanted to turn around. I wanted to turn into this street, not do a 180-degree turn in about 3 seconds.
This is destiny.
Yeah, I know.
I'm driving Ubisoft's a version of a friggin' smart car, not a Bugatti Veyron, and even then a Bugatti Veyron wouldn't bloody turn around this fast. But yeah, it's if you want to put someone off, just basically just if you want to lose any support you have in regards to like for your opinion or anything, coming out and saying, well, it's your fault, you didn't buy the game.
Yeah.
That's just the response to that is shut up, you self-entitled prick.
Yeah, pretty much. But unfortunately, that's the world we kind of live in.
Yeah, it is. But
like, if a game doesn't make enough money,
it doesn't make enough money, and it's understandable. Like game companies are not there for charity; they're there supposed to make money. It's just at the moment the way they're making their money is morally.
But we're not talking about those ones. We're talking about Sony.
I'm just saying, and fucking hell, Sony's going that way as well at the moment.
But with the way it looks, yeah, it's probably going to go.
Like, we only want to do blockbusters. Well, if you don't put anything in, you wouldn't have blockbusters like God of War if you hadn't have given Studio was it Studio Monica?
Monica?
Yeah, Studio Monica. I'm thinking I'm pronouncing it wrong, but anyway. If you didn't give them like the whole thing of go ahead, try it out. We've got the very first God of War.
Yes. Such a good game.
You know, if you didn't do that, you wouldn't have God of War. You wouldn't have Dad of War, and more importantly, the upcoming Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Which just basically which you got massive hype for by just showing the title.
Huge hype. Boy.
It's just like it's like, look, you're...
Oh my god, Bloomberg, please just stop doing this to me.
Are you trying to get a news article up and it's just going, nope?
Because it's Bloomberg and Bloomberg want you to subscribe, and I'm just like, I just want to read one thing. Just leave me alone.
So, yeah, Sony's been really, really weird. Like, you're in a dominating position in the console market right now regarding the PS5. There's literally no competition because Microsoft once again just fucked everything up.
Pretty much. Yeah.
It's like, God damn it, why?
But anyway, we'll carry on. We will carry on because we also have one more thing about Days Gone. So Days Gone 2, because of this, there was a petition to get Days Gone 2 greenlit by fans. And it is still getting there. They want to get to 50,000 signatures. They have, and it's still going. It's going up.
49,563 as we speak.
As we speak.
And climbing.
50. It's 66. It's
we
going
are
up.
less than 400 away
It
from
is going
the
up.
petition goal.
I want a Days Gone 2. Like I said in the last video, and I'll say now.
Look.
I really like Days Gone 2.
I haven't played it, but I can tell it's not a perfect game, but it's a good game, and those people that have played it have clearly enjoyed it. And the thing is like, I see it as potentially as like an Assassin's Creed, where like the first game it's good, it's not great.
It can do better.
It can do better, and then Assassin's Creed 2 comes along and it just blows everyone away.
Yeah.
Days Gone has that potential. They have a solid ground to work on to, take what works, make it better, take what didn't work and throw it out or change it and improve on. And it's obvious that it's almost like, well, Sony aren't interested. Well, Sony don't seem to be as interested now in original things, since they want blockbusters, and it's like, well, okay then. So in the game industry, that is basically just sequels to your most popular games, because no one can guarantee what is going to be a blockbuster. As I said, I think last week, who the fuck thought at this point last year one of the most talked about games would be Among Us? Who thought 5 years ago? I mean, who thought at the start of when Call of Duty 3 released on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360? Who would have thought that Call of Duty would be one of the most highest grossing games of all time?
Yeah, you got a point.
Because let's all be honest here, Call of Duty 3 wasn't great. wasn't that brilliant? It was okay. It was a first-person shooter, but
well, Call of Duty 3 was the first Modern Warfare one.
No. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare was the first Modern Warfare.
Ah.
Call of Duty 3 was the one that's set in the I think it's the Falaise Pocket, where basically the campaign is, the story is basically set around that area in World War II.
Okay.
And it focuses on...
I'm not gonna lie, Call of Duty 4 was the first Call of Duty.
I've played that campaign once and I remember all that.
I've never played Call of Duty 3. I honestly thought Call of Duty Modern Warfare was Call of Duty 3.
No. Call of Duty 1, 2 and 3 are all set in World War II.
Okay.
Call of Duty 1 is the one that has the Stalingrad.
No idea.
You know the one where you...
I know what it is. What I'm saying is I have no idea what's in Call of Duty 1. I have no idea what's in Call of Duty 2. And I have no idea what's in Call of Duty 3.
the 4's the first one, is the Modern Warfare, the one that kicked everything off.
Yeah.
yes, don't before internet begins to one and two are genre defining as in their own right, but like let's all be honest, they went nuclear on.
Oh yeah.
Pardon the pun, but they did actually go nuclear with.
Number 4 is the one that like just they hit it out of the park.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. You know, they Babe Ruth that son of a bitch. Poof.
Like it went from a game series that first-person shooters liked to a game series that everyone had to get. Yeah, that everyone talks about. Everybody knows what Call of Duty is. Yeah, and I don't think it'd be on the same level as it is now if it wasn't for Call of Duty 4. But like, yeah.
We are now on to 49,569 signatures.
Nice.
It's getting there. It's gonna get to the 50,000 mark. It is. Here's the thing. Like, it is a game that I'm just sort of like, yeah, just do it. Just do it. Do a Days Gone 2. Yeah. What's the worst that's gonna happen? Gonna make as much money as the last one did?
Yeah.
You still made it decent.
They would want to put more money into it.
Maybe.
And make more from it. It's one of those where it's like
what I would generally like is because like I've still yet to see one actually work. Is a co-op open world game.
Yes, because most open world games, the best ones are usually like one person jumps in but above the same character, blah blah blah. Yeah. Like
I mean, I suppose Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Yeah.
You could say that was one.
Ghost Recon Wildlands, but it's a Ubisoft game, so
take that with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I think that was one of the things for Beyond Good and Evil 2 that they were going for.
Yeah,
like a co-op-y.
Which we still haven't heard anything about.
Yeah, we've heard absolutely nothing about it.
And I would like to say that's maybe because they're sorting other things, but we all know they're not.
No,
clearly they're not. It's a bit obvious they're not. Ubisoft, obligatory, get your fucking house in order statement.
So this makes me wonder, like, let's say this petition does gets over 50,000 signs. Are Sony actually still going to do anything?
No, because 50,000 sales is not going to be good enough.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just trying to think like what, like because what are they going to do?
I just wonder if like because of the current climate of the world, they have to be even extra careful about where they're putting their money.
Yeah, maybe.
Which explains why there's very little in-house Sony stuff. But still, it's like I would have thought, sales-wise, I would have thought Days Gone did he good enough to give it like just have another go.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Like, yeah, okay, it didn't do massively well, but it did enough. And I think the AAA game industry,
it did really well for a new IP.
Yeah, for a new IP. That's the thing. It's like, and I think we're getting back into the problem with the AAA game industry, where just doing enough is not good enough.
Right.
And it annoys the fucking hell out of me because the amount of really good, really popular games whose like series started because the first game just did good enough.
Yeah.
Like examples, like fucking God of War.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have like this is the thing because the AAA game industry are wanting sure things in a market where nothing is a sure thing. They're just basically they're going narrower and narrower and narrower in their production of repertoire of games, and it's like, yeah, but if you do something that literally alienates the entire, like if Activision does something that alienates the entire Call of Duty community, which I know which is probably unlikely because
all they have to do is do a multiplayer.
Yeah. and there'll be enough idiots lapping it up. Like, what? You then don't have anything else to fall back on. There's no, like EA's repertoire is getting so fucking narrow. It's ridiculous.
I mean, they've got Battlefield.
Yeah. And? Anything that's Respawn does.
Yeah, and they've got Respawn.
That's it.
Something that Respawn does until they fuck up.
I mean, yeah, okay. So
Respawn's luck can only run for so long.
Yes,
it's gonna dry up, and
but the thing is, though, is that EA are no longer actively trying to torpedo them.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yes, I know they've got they've got BioWare, but like we all know BioWare's on life support as we speak. They've got the Master Chief remaster coming. Not Master Chief, the Mass Effect. Sorry, Mass Effect Legendary Remaster or whatever it's called collection, which will probably give it a 6 months stay of execution. We all know the thing that matters for BioWare is Dragon Age 4.
At the moment, yeah.
At the moment, and the fact that game's probably had to have a rebuild from the ground up because it was originally going to be an Anthem-like game.
Oh God. Yeah. Oh.
So that does not bode well.
My thing is like now, like with the PS4, they were willing to like give out like there were certain games on the PS4 that, like, let's be honest, I wouldn't have thought would have come out. Days Gone being one of them.
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima is another one. If you think about it, it's not really a game that it's an open world game. But
this is the thing. Like Sony, really like let's all be honest. Despite the fact that Infamous Second Son, we both enjoy it really much. It was a launch game, and you knew it was a launch game. It's not the best game in the world.
Yeah,
it's fun. It's really fun. I just want to put that out. It's really fun, and I enjoyed the shit out of that game. But it wasn't setting the world alight.
No.
But they gave you that, and that doesn't that's probably why we haven't got a second Son. But they gave Sucker Punch. They gave Sucker Punch the go ahead to do Ghost of Tsushima, and look how successful that is.
Exactly.
It's an open world samurai game. That in itself does not scream, one of the best games of the console generation.
Aye.
And they knocked it out of the park. You can't just you have to give your developers some leeway and go, we're not 100% convinced, but we'll give you a go at it.
Mm.
And I still, like I said, I still think Days Gone did enough to justify a second game.
Yeah, I hope it does get a second game. It's probably not. I know this. I'm not stupid. But
you can still hope.
I just want. It ends on a cliffhanger. I want to know.
You still have hope.
I still have hope.
Which is what the big six in the Premier League doesn't want anyone to have. Just to go back to what we started with, because fuck those guys.
Shall we? Right. So I think that's enough about Sony.
Yeah.
Shall we now talk about Amazon?
Ah, yes, Amazon. Jeff Bezos, who makes more money in a second than most people make in a year.
Well, he's not actually part of Amazon anymore because he stepped down. So, but anyway.
He still makes an absolute shit ton.
Oh yeah, he still makes a
from Amazon.
Still makes a stupid amount. So Amazon have cancelled their Lord of the Rings MMO that they were originally going to make. Now, unfortunately, I would love to tell you why, but Bloomberg has decided to absolutely fuck me over and blow up my goddamn screen because it wants me to subscribe to read one article. But I'll see if I can quickly find another one. But while we're going, first off, if you don't know, Amazon have a games department.
Shockingly enough,
currently at the moment is making a game called New World, which is also an MMO. It also, it looks very good. I have been keeping an eye on it. They are massively keeping in touch with the community that is
I mean, in one sense, having your game division make 2 MMOs is kind of counterproductive. It's like, EA releasing a first-person shooter in competition with one of its other first-person shooters.
Yeah, there we go. I found one here. Here we are. So, obviously, they've got their game.
Yeah, their game division.
Game division. Making a game called New World, which, like I said, is actually coming on quite nicely. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's been delayed twice. mostly due to the
COVID.
pandemic.
COVID. And let's all be honest, this is Amazon. They could just, for some strange bizarre reason, like Google, pull the plug.
Pull the plug, like they did with this. Anyway, so yeah, Amazon has decided that they are not going to do the Lord of the Rings MMO.
Which is weird, because people still play Lord of the Rings online.
Yeah.
There's still a solid community that plays that game.
So this game was announced in 2016, and apparently it's been scrapped over a dispute between Amazon and Tencent. Which, if you stay in touch with any news or anything like
Tencent,
that,
the Chinese
you know
company.
who Tencent is.
The Chinese
Especially
company.
if you follow Epic, you know who Tencent is.
Tencent are the ones that have is it a large majority?
I think it's like a 49%
stake in Epic.
It's a big chunk in Epic, but in 2019, Amazon's game development, Amazon Game Studios, revealed it was co-developing a new free-to-play MMO based on Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings trilogy. Amazon was working with LA-based developer Anflon Games, a subsidiary of Chinese publisher Liu Technologies, owner of Warframe developer Digital Extremes, and Splash Damage. In December, Tencent bought Liu, which forged contract negotiations over the Lord of the Rings MMO, so basically these contract disputes is what has caused the
cancellation.
Caused the cancellation.
So basically, Tencent's come around and gone, look, we own this company, we want this now, and Amazon's gone, no, this is not what was agreed upon.
This is not what's in the contract, and all that sort of stuff. Because obviously contracts would have been forged before all this happened.
Yeah. I mean, we're just theorizing. It could be a completely different reason, but it sounds like that's one of the plausible.
But the reason why I brought this one up is because that's another game Amazon's cancelled.
Yes.
I think this is third.
It's all the games so far that they've wanted to release have been cancelled.
Yeah, I want to say it's their third in a year that's been cancelled.
I don't think they've actually had a successful launch of a game yet.
Not yet. I actually think New World's the only one left that they've got going at
which makes me very worried for the New World.
Which means,
on one thing, it's the only thing they've got to focus on right now.
Mm.
But on the other side, that's like
this has to do well.
No, it's a. Well, at the moment, there were 100% success ratio of failure.
Yes.
To the point where some of them not even getting to launch.
Like, I will say this now, as I've said before, New World is coming along quite nicely. It's
yeah, but again, it's Amazon we're talking about.
It is
they
Amazon.
could just pull the plug. After all, they think just having stuff on streaming services and never giving us the chance to buy the fucking Blu-ray.
Yeah,
is a good idea.
I just want recreators, please, Amazon. Please.
I don't know if it makes me weird, but I use the streaming services to go, oh, I like that. I'll buy it on DVD or Blu-ray. I'll buy it on Blu-ray now. I'll buy it on Blu-ray because I want to actually physically own the fucking thing.
There's a lot of things that I'd like. Cause I watch the streaming things. I watch Netflix and Amazon Prime and that. But I found that what I watch, especially on Amazon, I watch like My Kitchen Rules and MasterChef Australia and stuff.
Yeah, stuff that you never
I'm not really watching that
stuff that you're never really actually wanting to own.
Yeah. With Netflix, it's a little bit different.
Speaking of Netflix, can we please fucking get Violet Evergarden?
End of the month, my friend.
End of the month. That's
28th of April.
Next week?
Yep.
No. End of this week.
Yeah.
End of this. Holy shit.
28th of April.
Holy fucking shit. Finally. It's only been how many years?
The same day over here, I don't know if it's in cinemas, but Demon Slayer Mugen Train Arc comes out at the same time.
Sweet.
So I really want to go to I'm hoping cinemas are showing it so I can go see it because I want to go see it in a cinema. Yeah. I don't want to see it in. I don't want to.
You want to see it on the big screen.
I want to see it on the big screen.
You want to see it on the big screen and then get it.
I want some popcorn. I want a big tub of Coke Zero next to me. I'll wear a mask. I don't mind.
Yeah.
I'll sit in a designated seating area.
Yeah. But
well,
Amazon, just because, like, Amazon is yet to successfully launch a game. Like, I look at New World and go, it looks really good, and just until it actually properly releases and is successfully, sustainably released.
Yeah, here we are. Here we are. So, Crucible was
released,
cancelled in October.
Was released, pulled, and then cancelled.
There was that other game, and I cannot remember for the life of me what it was called.
Yeah.
It was like a weird fighting game, if I remember correctly. But that was cancelled. New World is on its third delay.
Yeah, so it's like, God damn it.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Come on.
You can do it, guys. You can do it.
Through.
The good thing is, here's the weird thing. Like, a lot of games that I've seen, they don't usually get this sort of, like... Because, like, New World's got a good YouTube community. There's a good YouTube community there that are like, no, this game's really good. Just wait. All the delays are positive because they need to fix these things before it comes out. Because
I am tempted with the stuff I've seen with New World. Like, I wonder if I go into a roleplay server for that one. It does kind of.
It looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it looks like you could do. It's
one of the few that I've literally gone like, I wonder if I want to go into a roleplay server for that one. Because I don't do that, like, with most things.
Yeah.
And it's like, just to make it a bit different.
Why not?
Why not? I'll probably enjoy it. But anyway, yeah, I've got fingers crossed. New World looks interesting. It looks
it's expected to come out in August. New World.
And look, if there's anything else that can show WoW players that your MMO game is looking a bit longer than tooth.
Yeah.
It's looking a bit longer than the tooth, my friend.
Yeah. Speaking of MMOs, we'll just move on. The Final Fantasy 14 PS5 beta is out.
Yeah.
I've downloaded it.
Yes.
I've actually recorded me playing it, so it will be on this video.
Yes. YouTube will not be able to, the people who are watching it on YouTube will not be able to see the benefit.
No, but it doesn't matter. It's nice and shiny and
nice,
it's
shiny,
lovely.
60 frames per second and silky smooth. And I think that's the thing. That's the thing that I really care about. I don't give a shit about your hyper detailed realistic fucking facial features, because in about 5 years time that's gonna look ugly as shit. Frame rates on the other hand, that will never get old.
No. It's very good. The loading screen, I mean, you were here.
You were showing it to me. I was like,
like how fast it just loaded me into where I was going.
It's so purdy and it's so silky, god gosh darn smooth. Yeah. It's so smooth.
So
it's like liquid.
I'm very happy with that. I'm even more hyped for Endwalker.
Yeah, I just need to get a PS5. I also need to actually start hammering through.
Well, the game hasn't given me trophies that I deserve, because I've beaten some of those goddamn things and it hasn't given me them. So
you're gonna have to do them.
I'm gonna have to do them again. So I can always just get you through.
Yeah.
But anyway. There was two sort of streams that have come through over the weekend. One was the Genshin 1.5 reveal, which was quite nice. It looks like we're going to be getting a housing thing, which is really good.
And it's not
cool.
and more importantly, it's not like it's basically, it seems to be like for a better word, a little bit more. It's a very free form.
Yeah.
Like it's not like in a, say for example, I'm trying to think like certain ones, there'll be a grid set up and you can only put them in the grid.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a lot more freedom to put wherever you want, which is pretty damn cool, and I like that. If you're going to give me the ability to build my own little village, let me build my own little village the way I want it, and I'm probably going to spend a lot of time in that.
Yeah. They showed off the new characters. I've already decided that Eula is the one that I want.
Yes.
Because Eula looks awesome. I like a lot of the ice characters in this game.
The ice characters are pretty damn cool. Pun not intended, but still.
They're pretty good. Rosaria has instantly become my favourite. I absolutely love using Rosaria. What else was announced? Oh, the new boss. They showed off the new boss for Zhongli's story.
Yeah. And there's like the timed events as well. Which
we're gonna have new timed
pretty
events.
darn fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of like
timed events.
timed events. Timed events. There was a Resident Evil, but just to go on our bashing of Avengers. Yeah, this is what you should be doing, Avengers.
Yeah, this is a timed Avengers.
This is Dynamics. This is what you should be doing. This is what you need to. I just wanted
to go through one video where we didn't bash on the Avengers.
We will do once they pull the plug on that game.
But yeah, after that we had the Resident Evil showcase, basically just announcing that there was going to be demos for the game.
Yeah.
Coming out.
8 hours in Resident Evil. Yeah, 8 hours in Village or something like that.
Yeah, I am not going to be touching those. Yeah, I want to go in.
They are parts of the actual game.
Yeah, and I want to go in blind. I don't want to see anything, so I'm going to stay away from anybody who's streaming them, anybody who's uploaded videos of them. I'm going to be staying away from that because, like I said, I do actually.
You want to be going in blind.
I want to be going blind, and I am going to be recording it.
You want your first run playthrough of the game as a new experience.
Yes.
Any sort of like.
So
the only thing of like if we go into the castle and go, oh, this is the hallway.
Yeah,
this
is from the demo. From the maiden.
Yeah, from the maiden, which is fine because the maiden's clearly dead.
And the maiden's the thing's set that thing is set before.
Yeah.
So, they also showed off the mercenaries mode that's going to be in there.
Yes.
It looks alright.
It looks okay.
It looks like mercenaries. To be fair,
I really wish they'd announced something else.
I know.
Like, they going on with this blooming hero shooter Resident Evil thing. Reverse, and I'm like, no one wants that. No one in Resident Evil wants a PvP mode. What they would like is for Capcom to give us, I don't know, maybe a remake of Outbreak and Outbreak 2?
Either a remake of Outbreak and Outbreak 2 or
a game of that
Outbreak
type.
game.
Yeah, a game of that type, an Outbreak type game where you've got the engine now. The reason why Outbreak didn't do well is because
it was on the PS2.
It was on the PS2 and it was an online game on a PS2. I mean, granted, I was one of the few that bought the Ethernet adapter because I used to play Tokka Race Driver 3. I used to have loads of fun with that.
I used to play Battlefield.
Oh god, which one was that?
Was it Battlefield 2? It was the one before the PS.
Yeah, that would have been Battlefield 2. That would have been Battlefield 2.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, what other online game did I play? I don't think there was any. There was that.
Because to be honest with you, there wasn't that many.
There was a few, but not.
Because I know, Resident Evil was one of the ones that we wanted, but that was another game that we couldn't find.
Yeah, that was another one that literally no one sold where we lived. Because again, this was the days before Amazon, or Amazon was just beginning to get popular, and we were school kids. Let's be honest.
I was in school.
I think I was in college.
And you were in college. So, that was fun. Yeah. Oh God, remember getting games back then? Jesus Christ,
was so hard.
Such a slog to just now you don't understand how good you've got it.
Yeah.
You can just go on Amazon and just be like, yes, I would like that game, please. And okay, sometimes Amazon don't have that game, but 9 times out of 10, you can find it on the internet.
Right. Do you know how hard it is? Right. Comparison. Go to Amazon right now and try and find a EU version of Street Fighter Third Strike for a decent price.
Yeah.
That isn't in triple digits.
Yeah.
That's how hard it was to actually just get games on certain games on launch.
Yeah. If it wasn't like a big game...
If the store did not want to sell the game you wanted, it did not sell the game you wanted.
Yeah, and most likely you only had one video game store back then.
Yeah.
We had Electronics Boutique, which then turned into
Game.
And then we got Game Station not long after that, but that was it.
That was it.
And Game Station was more of a used game shop.
And if we wanted to go anywhere else, we had to literally go to the next town.
We had to go to Cleveland's or we had to go to Fleetwood.
Yeah.
And Fleetwood was never a good option.
Or heaven forbid the Trafford Centre.
Oh,
God. Anyway,
Let's walk around in a circle for 2 hours.
And find nothing.
I'm trying to think what else was announced during the Resident Evil thing. They announced the Mercenaries thing.
Mercenaries.
They announced the demos.
They
gave us a sneak little trailer, another like story trailer.
Yeah.
And they showed off Chris Redfield a little bit more.
And also confirmed that like
that Mia is dead.
Mia is dead, and also like a whole bunch like. Before it was just like, okay, so we've got definitely vampires. No, we've got full-on Lycans as well.
Yeah, we got werewolves.
We got werewolves, boys.
We've got werewolves.
It's vampires and werewolves. They're going all in. Also, it's clearly obvious that this is going to potentially delve into the origins of the Umbrella.
Yeah. Or at least Umbrella have something to do with this.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of Umbrella symbols all over that fucking house.
Yeah.
So...
Like, this is where the origin of Umbrella is, sort of thing.
Yeah, possibly. Or it's like a cult that's their badge, and Umbrella kind of use it.
Yeah,
Umbrella are part of this.
Yeah, Umbrella
thing.
came from it.
Yeah.
Like, the Spencer family were part of this cult, and they exported it.
Which means they will be retconning some things from, like, Resident Evil 5, but that's
Code
fine.
Veronica as well.
And Code Veronica, but that's fine. I'm good for that.
I really wish they would make a redo Code Veronica in the Resident Evil engine.
Yeah, I would like that.
I really would like that. Like Code Veronica in the done like the remake of Resident Evil 2.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty damn good.
I think that'd be cool.
Because Code Veronica is one of those more underappreciated ones.
Yeah,
I think it was the first one they did on PlayStation 2.
Yes, I think the Code Veronica series was.
So it still had all the trappings of the old.
Yeah, it had the tank controls.
Yeah, the tank controls and all the sort of the stuff, and it's like, I wonder if I do wish they would like if like, for example, I know they're wanting to do Resident Evil 4, and they from the sounds of it they are doing Resident Evil 4, but like a game that actually needs and deserves like a remaster / remake. Code Veronica. Code Veronica deserves one.
Oh yeah.
4 as it is still plays well.
Oh yeah.
Like you don't need to do much with Resident Evil 4. Code Veronica, please, Capcom. I mean, this is coming from a person that isn't necessarily a fan of Resident Evil.
Just first, give us Outbreak first.
Just focus give us Outbreak. Give us Outbreak in the style
engine.
Of the in the RE engine, make it like do it like in the same sort of like setup as Resident Evil 2, where it's over the shoulder and the controls are more responsive, blah 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 blah, but with the same limitations that was imposed, where like you can only carry so much, and each character was better at other certain things. Like one was good with a gun, the other was good with a bat, the other was good at keys, blah 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 blah. Like, so that you had to work together, but you also had to split up.
Yes.
To be able to get through efficiently, you had to split up, and it was like basically you against the clock, because eventually you're gonna get overrun by the zombies.
That, and if they're gonna remake it, you're in Raccoon City, and it's where it's set. It's set just after the announcement that.
You've got to get out. You've got to get out before the place gets nuked.
Yeah,
like you have to get out. There's certain things. There are certain places in Outbreak that aren't in the other Resi games. Like I'm pretty sure the zoo features a lot more in Outbreak than it does in any of the others.
Yeah, I think so. Can't really remember. To be fair, like I said, I haven't played.
Yeah,
haven't played Outbreak because we couldn't.
I know, but it's based off what I've seen and watched.
Yeah,
and it's like. I don't want to get an emulator. Please.
But speaking of all that,
yes.
Still hyped for Resident Evil Village.
Yes.
I'm still hyped for Resident Evil.
Yes. It looks like they know what worked in 7, and they are tweaking it slightly so it's not just a rehash.
By the looks of things, it's going to be a little bit more action-y. It's going to be because there's a lot of Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, there's a lot
of like literally Ethan's. The only thing Ethan's missing is a fucking bomber jacket.
Yeah.
It definitely seems to be like it's because it's got the merchant.
Yeah, it's got its own version of the merchant.
The village has the Resident Evil 4 sort of vibe
it's
going on.
It's basically winter Resident Evil 4 Village feel, except it's a bit more Eastern Europe and then Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really.
So I would not be surprised if we're going to get a little bit more action in this one.
Yeah.
But that's fine because
As long as it doesn't go too far.
I think it was this. I think this year is like it's like an anniversary for Resident Evil 4,
Yeah.
which, as I've said in another video, Resident Evil 4 it's Capcom's big. It's for me personally, and I think for a lot of people, Resident Evil 4 is Capcom's Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, it's the best. It's like the peak of Resident Evil for a lot of people.
No, I think for me personally, I think it's the peak for Capcom.
Yeah,
I think there throughout the whole games. Maybe you could argue Monster Hunter because Monster Hunter makes a lot of money.
Yeah. It depends in which genre you enjoy.
I generally think that Resident Evil 4 is Capcom's big game.
It's their number one, like
their number one
their
thing.
best
Yeah.
game that they've ever done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
Because no other Capcom game has been ported to as many
That is very true.
devices.
Resident Evil 4 was literally ported to everything.
Yeah, it was the Skyrim before
It was
Skyrim
supposed to
came
only
along.
be on the GameCube,
Yeah.
and it did so well that it went eventually on the PS2. There was a PS3 version. I'm pretty sure it was on the Xbox 360.
It was on the Xbox 360. Then it got ported again to PS4 and
PS4 and
Xbox
Xbox One.
PC got a port.
And I think that's another reason why I think like Resident Evil 4 doesn't need to be redone.
I think if they are redoing it, I think it's just more of a like they're doing it because they've done 2.
Yeah, I know.
3, and they want to kind of like go through and maybe end with 4 and maybe not go into 5 because.
But again, the problem,
I don't think anybody's
yeah.
asking for a Resident Evil 5 remake unless they're going to change the story completely.
Yeah, and no one wants 6.
And yeah, nobody wants 6.
6 is the one that everyone points and laughs at because it went too far, Michael Bay.
Yeah, they just decided to go Michael Bay, please direct this movie. Actually, speaking of movies, that's the other thing that they showed off. They showed off the Netflix TV series.
Yes, which has Leon and
Claire,
and that's set after.
It's 4 years after 4. This is why I'm thinking, like, yeah, the remake of 4 was probably going to be a thing they were going to announce.
Yeah,
because
there's a lot of Resident Evil 4 hints in the last 2 review shows that they've done.
Yeah, so
a lot like. The first one, there was like there's the case and there's the introduction to the merchant and blah 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 blah, a whole bunch of other stuff.
And then obviously with the Netflix series,
yeah, there's now going to be a next Netflix series which has Leon in it set after 4.
He's not wearing his bomber jacket.
He's not wearing his bomber jacket.
I'm very upset about it.
Well, Claire does mention it and says you don't look good in that.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't at all. He needs his bomber jacket. That's what the problem with Resident Evil 6 was.
Oh yeah,
Leon wasn't wearing his bomber jacket.
That was the only problem.
That was the problem. That's why nobody liked it.
That was the only problem with that game.
Leon just looks weird in that game. Like, he seriously doesn't.
I mean, granted, he doesn't look like Chris Redfield in 5 with the
fucking roids. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's even worse in 6. Like, I'm not gonna lie though. Like, playing as Chris Redfield in 6 is like the funniest fucking stuff I've ever done in a Resident Evil game. Like, just backhanding a guy's head off. Like, Chris does that.
Yeah.
He just backhands a guy's head off.
Chris, have you secretly been injected with
Have you been injecting yourself with
the
like,
T-virus?
With the T-virus or some sort of like super fucking heroin, or super
Cocaine.
what's the drug that sports people use?
Steroids.
Have you been taking like super steroids? Like, Jesus Christ. So we got the Netflix little short that they did, and they announced that that's coming in July.
Yeah,
I think they said.
Yeah.
So that's coming to Netflix in July, which is all right. I'll probably watch it. I've watched I kind of have to because I've watched all the movies.
Yeah.
So I feel
and
like
it's set
I'm
in the
gonna have
same.
to.
It's done in the same way as all those.
Yeah.
It's all set in the same. But also,
and they showed off. They announced that first off, the filming is finished for the new Resident Evil.
The new Resident Evil reboot.
The live action movie.
Yeah.
Reboot, and they showed a little bit of a picture of a sign.
Yeah.
But
which does not involve
Well, no, because he's doing the Monster Hunter movies now.
Yes. And so they're going to be shit.
Yeah, they're going to be garbage.
I already know. I saw that. I saw that.
The good thing, right? Here's the thing with his movies, right? They're all garbage, right? But they're all those sort of like awful movies that you can just sit down, not think about, and just watch.
Yeah,
they're not good, but like you don't have to think about it.
I love the fact that we all know like the premise of the Monster Hunter movie is so fucking terrible.
I just love the fact that they're in a desert.
They're in a desert. Like, here's the thing: it's a bunch of Marines that get transported to the Monster Hunter world, and they have their guns.
Yeah.
Like, they have guns. The whole thing about Monster Hunter is that they're not that technologically advanced, which is why the monsters are such a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, they've got those laser gun things, but I mean, granted, you do have to kill monsters to get that gun.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, well, even then, that's not exactly the most powerful thing in the world.
No, it's not great. It's not the best. As I found out, I was like, oh, I get a laser gun? I'm totally using this. Monster Hunter World, when we were playing it.
Yeah.
I'm totally using a laser gun. I died within like 30 seconds. Did not do well. Did not do well at all. I'll just stick to the bow, thank you very much.
I've seen the trailer and Angelina it's
Mila Jokovic.
Mila Jokovic's character.
Also his wife, just to let you know.
Starts off with a gun and then ends with 2 fucking blades. I'm like...
You've just degraded yourself.
Why?
You've just downgraded yourself.
Why would you? Like you had an assault rifle with a grenade launcher under attachment. Like how the just like
I'm gonna go with she's also gonna have powers.
Yeah.
And she's gonna have powers so that she can fight these monsters.
Probably.
Hand-to-hand combat.
Clearly. Despite the fact that you don't need powers to fight these monsters in hand-to-hand combat, you just need to be very good.
Yeah. You have to be a monster hunter.
Yes.
But no, I'm gonna take random guesses to say that she's gonna have like weird powers,
weird magical powers.
Yeah,
because reasons. I don't suppose that's anything to do with the fact that she's the wife of the person who's directing the film
and writing it.
I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but you know.
Hey, you got to give it to him. He managed to get 8 Resident Evil movies out of this.
Well, that was just gradually getting worse.
That was just worse.
Like, which one was the one? Was it 5? The one that was basically Resident Evil? No,
I stopped
6.
watching it after the 3rd one.
6. I think it was. Was it the 3rd one? I don't know which one. Whichever one it was. I think it was Annihilation. Resident Evil Annihilation, the one that basically had a whole bunch of shit in that was there solely because it was in 3D. The first one that was done in 3D. And it had a whole bunch of shit on it.
I think that was that Extinction. See, this is the thing. There's so many of them. There's 8 of them. And I'm like, none of them are called Resident Evil 1, 2, 3. They've all got weird names underneath, and I'm just sort of like, now was that one before that one? Oh, I don't know.
I mean, to be honest,
I really don't want to.
They all make so much sense. They all make no sense whatsoever. They could be put in any order, and you wouldn't be able to tell if that's the actual.
Yeah, there are ones in there that like there's enemies in there from like 4, and you just put them in just because like.
Like 4 was really popular. Resident Evil 5, the guy with the giant axe is in one of those games solely because of Resident Evil 5 is just out. And then that's the one that has all the fucking slow-mo axe, like slow.
Yes, oh my god, there's so much slow-mo. Yeah, Zack Snyder called it, wants his fucking slow-mo back.
And it's just like, but all those scenes, you could clearly tell, like, yeah, that's done because it was in 3D. That shot is solely there because it's 3D.
Yeah.
Solely there. It is not, does nothing for the scene, doesn't even progress the story, doesn't even progress the action scene that you're looking at.
It doesn't even look good.
Doesn't even look good. It just is there because this will look cool in 3D.
It did. Here's a spoiler. It did not.
It did not look good in 3D. It didn't look good in 2D. It looked absolutely fucking terrible.
Oh god, those movies, man.
Those movies are terrible.
How did he make 8 of them? How did he make 8 of them?
God knows. Because people were going, oh, I can't be bad. I can't be worse than the last one. It is. Really? Oh, we're gonna have to see how bad it is. That's why you watch those movies. That's why you go and watch it, because you're like, it can't be worse than the last one.
I want to do like a Resident Evil movie marathon.
Oh, just watch it gradually.
And just
watch
how bad it gets. Like just watch. Like if I was able to manage to become like a decent enough size streamer, I would do a watch along of just all the Resident Evils.
And just be like you in chat just lambasting the whole thing.
Like, are we ready to hurt ourselves? Because that's what we're doing right now.
Are we ready to see some absolutely god awful.
It's such a. The thing is, like, the first one's actually not that bad.
Yeah, the first one's not bad. It's a decent movie, but then they get the second one, and then after the second one,
It's like, I'm literally just like, why has Alice got powers? When was Alice? This is not what the like. No, like
Alice isn't even a character in the games.
Yeah. Why is Alice like this? Like, if she's been injected with the T virus, which is what's supposed to have happened, she should have ended up like Mr. X.
Yeah.
Why does she not look like that?
Also, Mr. X doesn't ever show up in the game.
No, because Nemesis shows up.
Nemesis shows up in the second one.
And then after that, just shit hits the fan.
Yeah. Then they just shove stuff like. I know one ended with fucking Jill Valentine in the Resident Evil 5 costume as a brainwashed fucking umbrella on. It's even like, oh my fucking god, why?
Would have been alright if she actually looked like fucking Jill Valentine, which she didn't. And I think it was a completely different actress who played her in the first one.
Yes, it was.
No,
I think Jill shows up in the second one.
I think it's a different actress who plays her in the second one.
Yeah, she plays her in the second one. Yes, it is.
It's fucking odd. It's just the whole thing's just awful. The whole thing. And Monster Hunter is going to go the same way. We're going to get 8 Monster Hunter movies, and they're all going to be bad.
They're going to be and just gradually getting worse.
It's just going to get worse.
Honestly, Capcom, why do you give this person your license? Like, your properties? Why?
Well, I mean, it could be worse. It could be the Street Fighter movie.
That is very true.
It could, yeah, I mean, we joke about the Resident Evil movies, like, but they could have turned out a lot worse.
Could have done. Fucking E Honda is a cameraman.
Was it?
Has nothing to do with sumo.
Yeah, he's Hawaiian.
Ken and Ryu are weapons dealers.
No, they're con men.
They're con men
who are trying to con Sagat, who is the leader of like a mafia, into buying guns that they don't have.
I mean, the thing is like, look, I understand you're trying to change some characters so that you can make a coherent plot that makes actual sense as to why they are here instead of just like it's a major fighting tournament. I understand, but you're supposed to improve, not make it worse.
Kylie Minogue was Cammy.
Yes.
Putting on probably the worst
British accents
I've ever heard in a movie.
At least Jean-Claude Van Damme didn't even bother trying to put an American accent on for Guy.
But anyway, I think we'll end it there. I think that's a good end.
Yeah, going off on terrible...
that's a good end, I
terrible think. Movies of games.
So, I do hope you've enjoyed this chat. Again, as always, any comments, just leave them down below. Any thoughts will be welcome, obviously. And we'll see you in the next ones. Bye now.
Toodles.